I've definitely seen so many videos like, oh, it should have been Marge. Oh, it should have been this. Because everyone hates Marge. So, and it was so emotional. I remember me and Matilda, we cried in the rehearsal. It's like, oh, okay, I just have to hold my breath for like 30 seconds with my eyes closed. And then Andy was like, no, you're gonna open your eyes. Because then it for sure you're dead. Like, this is a really special scene. You can't goof around. You can't jump all over the place like you always do. Marge's speech, it honestly made me cry just watching it from the monitors. If those were his last words, it would definitely be realistic.
So I just want to start by saying, your love story with Marge is the stuff of legends right now. How does it feel to be the subject of the love story of the year?
I mean, it feels great. Um, I love it. It's just an honor, going from seeing all these TV shows and all these great love stories and then being the love story of the year myself. And it's great. It feels awesome.
The whole scene in the black spot was incredible. Very well done. One of my first questions that I had about it was just, there's a lot of fire. But
Yeah.
what was it like on the day? Like how much, like, was there any actual real fire, or was it really much, like, was it
Uh,
all pretty much fake?
so it was all pretty much just like very strong lights, orange and yellow lights. But the part where the Molotov gets thrown on the pool table, that was real. That was real fire. The fire on the guy's leg, that's real fire as well. Um, it was crazy though, because it wasn't hot like fire, but it was still like you could feel it was like hotter than any other set in the studio. And I remember they had crazy big smoke machines, and it was just every time they yelled cut, they would blow smoke in there. Um, and I couldn't you couldn't like see 5 feet in front of you. It was crazy.
Talking about that scene, on top of the fridge. What was it like as those moments unfolded when you actually made that come to life?
Yeah, I remember we had a ton of meetings with Andy and a ton of rehearsals with everyone, just to get like everything uh coordinating and like everything. And we had that rehearsal and it was so emotional. I remember me and Matilda, we cried in the rehearsal. Um, and everyone was crying as well. And that day, the crew was really intimate. They weren't interacting with us much. And obviously everyone started crying when we stepped off set. But it was a fun day. We had fun.
It's
Yeah.
hard, it's hard to imagine someone having fun in a scene like that. Well, was there ever any talk of actually, because when that scene unfolds, we don't actually see the moment. Was there ever any talk of showing anything more of your death, or was it pretty much always kind of we saw, your sacrifice and then the aftermath?
Yeah, it was from the beginning. It was just the sacrifice and then the aftermath. Um, it wasn't until I actually read the script that I found out that Marge actually finds Rich dead behind the fridge. But yeah, that was a really cool scene to film. And it was all like it was basically all CGI with the fire, and it was super impressive to see finally on the big screen. It was amazing.
Did you have trouble holding your breath long enough to be dead, as it were?
Yeah. So we actually started the day off with that scene, and my eyes were closed. So it's like, oh, okay, I just have to hold my breath for like 30 seconds with my eyes closed. And then Andy was like, no, you're gonna open your eyes. Because then it for sure you're dead. Like you're dead. There's no coming back. Um, and then that was another problem as well. Like I had to hold my eyes open and hold my breath for 30 seconds. And yeah, it was crazy. And also like his mind, it's just like a full on hallway of of ideas. And his creativity is always on point and always amazing. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Super impressive.
I assume that when you signed on, you knew that episode 7 was going to be your moment. You knew that that was the fate of Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you also know that from the start that you were basically you were you are the great Richie's namesake, from the original It story.
Yeah.
Did they let you know, like, you were like, hey, just so you know, you're pretty big.
They kept it a little away from us that Richie's named after Rich and Marge is Richie's mom. But it wasn't until a few weeks before that scene that we had a meeting about all of what's gonna happen in the black spot. And then they also brought that up that Marge is Richie's mom, and Marge fell in love with Rich in high school, and she's naming her son after Rich. And I was amazed. I was like, wow, this is happening right in front of my eyes. Like I was so excited and I was happy.
I saw a crazy comment online, and they were wrong, but they were like, oh, I was bummed that Marge lived because they felt like that it was unrealistic and lessened the stakes, and that's I think that's ridiculous. But as her knight in shining armor yourself, what are your thoughts on people that are like, oh, I wish that played out worse?
I've definitely seen so many videos like, oh, it should have been Marge, oh, it should have been this. 'Cause everyone hates Marge, like for some reason. Um, but I think that it couldn't have ended any better. Rich sacrificed his life for Marge, and Marge goes on to be an amazing mother. And what else can I say?
Yeah. Yeah, obviously you die in episode 7, but that's not the end. You get to be the miracle that saves the day. How did it feel to be the missing piece that, helped defeat Pennywise?
It's an honor. I mean, that this is what I'm saying. Andy's imagination is crazy. It could go from this side to the other in 2 seconds. Um, and it wasn't like Rich was never scared of Pennywise. So he just sees Pennywise as a regular clown. And he wanted to help the kids. He wants to help the losers because obviously Rich, he was a loser himself, and he just wants to be a part of that again. Like he misses that. So it was great.
On the day when you guys were filming that, what were you like reacting to? How much was, Bill's Pennywise actually on stage? Because I know like that big key moment when you guys are all pushing down the dagger, he's
Yeah.
in this, like really supernatural, like bat, dragon, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
form. So what was actually there on the day for you guys to react to?
Bill was there. I mean, he's Bill.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was there. I was flipping Bill off. But then off camera, he had a stunt double because he had to go somewhere, do something. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it was Bill.
I mean, he's a scary dude. He's a scary dude.
Yeah,
I can imagine there's probably not once he flips that switch, there's not too much acting.
I know. I mean, Bill as Pennywise is just terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, just seeing him in a clown costume with clown makeup is terrifying. And then the acting comes in and him just getting into character and doing all these movements with his body and his voices and laughter. It was just crazy. And that scene where obviously we're on the ice and in the sewers, I crap my pants. I mean, like is that there's no acting in that scene. Like it's all real. What you're seeing is my real reaction. It's crazy.
Like, what direction did Andy give you into like how to perform, given that you are dead? So, what is that level of emotion or acknowledgement of just the situation around you?
I do remember that my acting coach, he was like, "Listen, this is a really special scene. You can't goof around. You can't jump all over the place like you always do. You have to keep it more intimate and keep it more in like to yourself." And I feel like obviously he had a reason to help the other actors because I mean I'm just there to be a dead to be dead. And obviously all the other actors, especially Matilda, she has to put so much effort into her character and really feel that emotion like you see your your best friend, your the person you trust the most just dead. And she's incredible at what she does, and it's amazing.
The graveyard scene was very powerful as well. And you didn't even have to say a word, you know? What
Yeah.
was the experience like playing Rich at Rich's own funeral? Was it like a
Oh
weird,
my
like
God.
this is strange?
Oh man. Yeah, it was definitely weird being on set that day and just standing there doing nothing. But one of the one of the memories that I remember the most was Blake when he stepped off set. He was still crying. He was still very emotional because, his best friend, he's dead. He's like that's what he had to think about, and I mean, it's just crazy. Um, but that's actually the only scene that I have with my parents. So it was very, great to meet my parents and very emotional as well. Marge's speech, it honestly made me cry, just watching it from the monitors. It was very, very impressive.
If Rich could have said anything to Marge there at the end, what do you think he would have said?
Rich would probably just say like, "I love you forever and ever, and I will always love you." I just feel like if those were his last words, it would definitely be realistic.
I can see that. I can see that. Now, for you, the whole process, right? The show is now done. People have now seen the whole thing. Just looking back at the experience, what's your favorite memory from the whole show? What is like that moment that's gonna stay with you forever?
My friends and that connection that we all had, and we kind of treated each other like family because we were the only ones there, and it was just great. It was a great experience all around. Just getting to film that and to be a part of that, it was great. It was awesome.
Obviously, when as a show is being created and edited and put it out there, there's a lot of things that might end up on the cutting room floor. Are there any like fun moments or scenes that you did like you film and or you heard was going to happen, but then just ended up for whatever reason not making it to the final edit?
Yeah, so we had so many dance rehearsals for one scene at the standpipe, and it got cut, sadly. Yeah, I think that's the only deleted scene that we had that I remember of.
Was it
Probably
like a romantic little scene?
I can't remember, to be honest. But it was definitely like just us being like just really showing the friendship and connection that we had in the show. And it was just dance. It was dancing all over the place. It's
Was it with
dance.
everyone? Was it like a group?
Yeah, it was everyone. I think I posted a video on social media of that scene and like the rehearsals and stuff. Um, so if you want, you can go check it out.